What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Drew here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a pretty funny life story. It's one I forgot because it happened like 10 years ago, if I'm correct. 9 or 10 years ago. I was fairly young, and it would happen to do with, you guys know what the wild African safari or some shit like that, though, you know, where you're driving your car through the fucking trail and there's a bunch of wild animals just sitting around, you know, giraffes and shit like that, bunch of shit. And so I just remember clear as day, this is probably like one of the greatest moments of my life at that time, because, you know, being young, and I honestly, I loved animals at the time, so like when that shit happened, that's all I ever thought about. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go see a bunch of animals. Like, oh shit, hell yeah, you know, fuck that. And instantly I'm going, and I'm so happy. I'm getting dressed. I fucking hop in the car early as fuck, like we're supposed to. I'm in the car like an hour before anybody. I don't know why, but then obviously, okay, I hop out the car obviously, but then I just clearly remember we were going. We were having a bunch of time, like we were having a fun ass time on our way there, you know, just kind of like having a big family fucking chit chat, shit like that, and just, you know, basically bonding, shit like that we don't really get. Is like a big family bonding time. And so sitting there bonding, and the car ended up like breaking down a little bit. We got it fixed within like an hour. You know, that took a shit storm on everybody, and that was like just the initial first part where the day was just going to straight hell. And it's not like this day was absolute shit. Like, I still had fun, but it was just like the unfortunate events that led up to each one another that just was like, alright, you know what, I can't take no more, man. I just can't take no more. No, I'm serious. Alright, so to get onto it, so the car like lightweight broke down, you know, the thing just stalled, basically it, and put on our hazards. They looked at the engine, etc., nothing was wrong. They started it back up. It started right back up. We're on our way. So boom, we get to the African Safari. We pay to get in. We're taking our car through the like entrance gate and shit, and then boom, we're in the thing. And first thing we see, I believe, were giraffes. I'm not 100% positive what's the first thing I see. It's been a long time, but it was either giraffes or something else. To say giraffes or something else. And it was kind of funny because I do remember right after we seen the giraffes, we seen the elk. Is that what they're called? Elk. And that's where shit went south. This motherfucker walked up to the window. He was just being nice at first, you know, coming up, accepting some food, like we were doing, giving him some carrots and shit, and he was eating that shit, being a good boy. And then he decided to, you know, take a long moment of pause for this one. He decided to fucking jump up on the car. Kind of. Jump up on the car. Stand up on his hind legs, I should say. And stick his fucking long schlong in the fucking window. Let me just tell you. That was probably the creepiest thing for a 9-10-year-old. Not even just one. 3 9-10-year-old kids just sitting in the back seat, going to see some animals, and we just see a long schlong just flopping up and down in the window. Because this guy just had to be a little too horny and was trying to fuck my window. It's not okay. It's not okay, especially because I'm right next to the window. I'm sitting there feeding the thing. Then he hops up and I just see a fucking flap. I'm like, like what is that? Why? Oh, I know what it is, but you know what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? I'm over here like leaning back towards my cousin. I was like, no, fuck that shit. He's over here flapping it in the window. I'm not getting near that shit. I was like, oh god, please don't tell me he's gonna like piss or some shit all over me. I'm gonna scream. I'll go kill that thing. I literally said that, even though I probably wouldn't go to the car because that thing would completely murder me. But I just clearly like, so then after that, I think like stuck his thing in the car. He like got down, looked at us, and I got back up. He started like whooping the car's ass like with his front hind legs. He was like beating the top of the car and shit, just like beating the top of the car. He got down, he was like ramming the side of the car, and then like my aunt, I believe, was the one driving. It was her car. She like sped away and kind of like took us out of the thing. It sucked, you know, because I didn't want to leave, but I kind of understood because I think completely destroyed her car, and I don't really blame her with the fact that she wanted to get the fuck out of there, because now she has to go find a mechanic or find a shop to get her car repaired, because Wasn't completely demolished, but let me say it was pretty fucked. Like the roof was caved in a little bit, and like I mean it was a big elk. It was a very big elk, and you guys know elk and just animals like that have a lot of muscle. They weigh a lot, so they can do some fucking damage if they really wanted to with them hooves. But with them fucking feet, whatever the fuck you guys call them. And yeah, I don't. It was just trying to remember all the details, and it's kind of like fucking. It's so vivid in my mind. Faded in my mind from so long ago that I'm just trying to remember everything like as it happened accordingly. And that's basically, I mean, kind of what all happened, not gonna lie. It was just like simple fact that he beat up the car, we sped the fuck out of there. I remember she dropped us off because she had to go take the car to her shop. She took the car to her shop, and then me and my cousin and his cousin, we went to on a walk. I think we went to the park just up the road from our house to kind of just hang out like we always did. And this is kind of where shit took another twist of turn of events. There my cousin gets in, I believe it was his first fight, which I highly doubt though. He still claims it was his first fight, but I highly doubt because this kid's a fucking dumbass. But yeah, so he's over here, you know, fighting another 10-year-old kid, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, what the fuck? He said it was over nothing. Now I'm sure it was over something. So I didn't think anything of it, you know. So basically, let's say the fucking events got a long schlong sitting in my window. I got a fucking my aunt's car got its ass whooped, and we got a fucking fight that happened. God, so much shit that went down on that day for a 10-year-old that I just didn't want to happen. I was going there with an open mind, man. I was going there hoping these animals weren't gonna look at me like I was a fucking child and just let me pet them. Just let me. That's all I was doing. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, I was really going in there hoping that the animals weren't gonna be like actually wild animals, but they were like a little bit more tamed. But I mean, it's actually kind of cool that they're wild animals, so like you experience what they not really experience what the animals do because you know they're a little bit tamed. But I could obviously tell because I actually no way in hell that if that elk really wanted to hurt us, he easily would have hurt us. I promise you. Because that thing was determined as fuck to destroy that car. So if he felt any type of threatened presence by us, he would have physically hurt us. And I know that for a damn fact because them things have a lot of muscle. And I wasn't really too nervous because it did stop and it wasn't doing it like continuously in like an aggressive manner. Well, it was, but not like that what you'd expect, like very aggressive manner. He was just sitting there beating it, and then he would stop and the rest on top of it, and then beat it again. If he like physically wanted to completely ruin that car, he would have. And I think everyone that's listening to this does. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on it. Make sure you guys comment down below what you guys loved about this video, what kind of videos you guys want me to see. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Always stay positive, always stay blessed. Make sure you check my sponsor down in the description below, DeXteriTyGrips. Use code JUDE for 5% off your order, and I'm out. Peace.